Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a saving a disaster situation playing as the Legion of Asgore, where we've got to deal with all of these Empire armies over here. So we've got Drazoath the Ashen with an okay army, mostly full of infantry. It's got some hobgoblins there. This is what people would call a balanced army. And yeah, he wants me to deal with all of this. So I'm going to read out the email, get some context, and then we'll figure out what to do. So it says, "Hello Legend, I'm playing Drazoath the Ashen, and the campaign has been pretty good so far. Ran into an issue where I took Karak Kadrin, and the Empire showed up with 5 full stacks. I don't want to retreat, because that's not fun. The army is decent enough, and Drazoath has Lightning Strike available. I tried to fight them one at a time, and the first few battles go well, but there's just too many nasty units in their armies, and they wear me down every fight. If you could, clear them out by any means necessary so I can continue the snowball." Okay. So, let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the armies firstly. So, Elspeth von Draken at rank 44. 4 of their armies are on forced march. A lot of steam tanks there. And then, that army there is not that big of a deal. So, a few steam tanks. Yeah, steam tanks and Marienburg land ships. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so pretty dangerous armies there. In fact, some of these armies are probably just outright stronger than yours in the first place. Now, there's a bit of a trick with this sort of situation that not every character in the game can do, but Drazoath the Ashen can. Basically, his army that he's got here, it's fine. In most situations, not really an issue whatsoever. One army or 2 armies who could probably handle it. But when dealing with this sort of situation, we've actually got a fair few weaknesses that make it more difficult than it actually needs to be. I'm going to use a bit of an analogy here because I think it probably best explains it. Think of a pizza, right? Imagine an army is a pizza, and the toppings that you put on the pizza are the various different units, right? Some people like to put ham on their pizza, some people like to put a sauce, they like to put barbecue sauce, or they like to put, I don't know, pepperoni, whatever. Some people like to put pineapple on their pizzas, you know? Whatever floats your boat, right? Imagine whatever your favorite pizza is, and then start putting in extra ingredients. Put some chocolate on it, and then put some, I don't know, caramel sauce, and then put a banana on there with the skin on, and then put in some garlic, and then sprinkle on some cereal on top of it, okay? And that's basically what we've got with this army here. Individually, there's nothing wrong with any of those ingredients, but they don't fucking belong together, right? They don't complement each other, and that's basically what we've got here. We got just units that are not going to contribute to a overall great plan. Now, first thing I'm going to do with this army is adjust some of our equipment. So, with Drazoath the Ashen here, we're going to take off Glittering Scales. I'm going to put on the Trickster's Helm. I'm going to take off the Graven Scepter, because what we really need, because we're going to be fighting multiple battles over and over again, not the same ones over, but we've got a lot of battles to do, is it would be really good if we had a lot of regeneration, which we currently didn't have any. So the Life Baneblade, we'll take it off this character. This will give us heal per second 0.1% while in melee. The Hellshard Amulet, that is definitely good for the entire army, so I'm going to leave it for the first thing I want to do, but I will eventually take it off for a Talisman of Preservation. I know this one here, hang on. This here provides extra ward save while in melee. It's just that the enemy that we're going up against has mostly missile units. Those are the main threat. So we're probably going to not want to be going into melee because that just makes it easy for them to shoot us. The Healing Salve of Alea, we'll leave that. But as for the Demon Spiked Crucible, this is a very good item for sure. But we would be better off, I think, with the Crown of Skulls because that provides ward save and also more regeneration. Then, over here with this guy, now he did say by any means necessary, so I think we should fuse some of his dogshit items that he's got here and see if we can get something a bit better. Got loads of Trickster's Shards, which are just absolute trash. You've also got quite a few Crowns of Command, also complete utter rubbish. Hey, we got another Trickster's Helm, that's nice. No, you can keep that. Yep. Because these are some of the worst items in the game. And you've also got 2 Armored of Silvered Steel. You don't have to use the exact same items to fuse them. It's just that, yeah, this is an absolute pile of crap. And you got us a Vial of Hashut. That's, yeah, that actually could be good. I'm not going to give this guy here the Trickster's Helm, because this guy can stalk. What would be good for him? Do you have an armor that provides snipe by any chance? No, it doesn't seem to have it. If we can fuse a few more grey items, we might get it. I mean, chances are pretty low. Obsidian trinkets are pretty useless. One of those also useless. Scepter of Stability is a piece of crap. Nope. Wands of Jet are okay. Scroll of Power is trash. Talisman Endurance. Okay, well I didn't get any of the items that I actually wanted. Because yeah, if he's got Snipe, that way he can continue shooting. Even while, and just not reveal himself. Okay. Actually, you know what would be better? We want this guy to be able to heal. So let's give him a Potion of Healing. Instead of that one. Because he's probably not going to be going into melee. I'll be using him in Stalk. So Potion of Healing, let's grab one of those. Then this... okay, so we've got us Backstabber. I'm going to actually take off his unique item there and give him a where is it? Life Bane Blade, so that he can regenerate while in melee. We'll keep that on us for now. And as for his armor, we'll give him a Helm of Discord. That sounds good. And then this one, you got a Glittering Scale. Let's give you that other Trickster's Helm. We'll also give you a regen item. So the reason why we don't really stack on those regen items is because we've got to fight multiple battles. We want these guys to be able to recover to some degree. And then Radiant Spike. Yep, okay, we'll leave it at that. Cool. Alright. We're going to make some more adjustments after we fight a battle or two. So the first thing we want to do is go straight to Elspeth's army here. And we might be able to Lightning Strike it and actually auto-resolve, wipe it out. It will probably severely damage our army, but let's just have a look. Also, I need to check the battle difficulty. Okay, so it's on very high battle difficulty with AI stat modifiers at none. We're going to up that. It's not going to affect auto-resolve at all. But that being said, I don't know if we will actually be able to auto-resolve this one. So get in over there. Okay, we get a close victory here with medium casualties. Now, if we fought it manually, we could do a lot better, but I'm just going to take this because, like I said, this is a pizza with way too many ingredients, but the way too many ingredients actually works for us in auto-resolve, and so basically, I'm going to disband pretty much every single one of these units, right? It's actually going to make our army stronger for manually resolve, but weaker in auto-resolve, so I'm going to at least get one auto-resolve out of it. Cool. Bit of damage on all of our guys. That was actually a really bloody good auto-resolve. I expected to take a lot more damage than that. See, Legend, it's a good army. It's good in auto-resolve. We're not going to be able to get through all of their armies this way. That's the big thing here. Okay. So, that's a good defeat trait for him. Potentially. Alright. Now... still got 4 more armies to deal with, and this Kislevite army. The next one we should go for, that is probably going to be the easiest one to deal with.
I cannot.
We also have to watch out because there's a river crossing here. If we attack them, and they... well, if we attack this one here by Lightning Strike, and then they go across the river, that could be a problem, because then I'm not going to be able to catch them. So I reckon Lightning Striking this guy here is probably going to be the next target. Okay, and now... we disband the entire army. And it's going to make... it seems really weird what I'm doing, right? What are you doing, Legend? Here's the thing. When we've got this army, because of the enemy forces that we're going up against, they're not going to focus in on our single entities. They're going to focus in on our army. And if you lose 78% of your bounce power, which that would have more or less concentrated in the infantry there, they can army loss you, and so you don't even need to lose your single entities to lose the battle. But if you don't have those units, they can't damage them. And the thing is, we're not really vulnerable to any units here. Not particularly. It's not super easy, but we've severely limited the ability for the AI to actually hurt us. Okay, now, we're going to make some more adjustments here. So the Hell Shard Amulet, we're going to get rid of that, and put on the Talisman of Preservation. So he's dropped all of his unique items there. And do we need to make any... okay, so over here, we don't need that anymore since we don't have any more hobgoblins in the army. We'll give you... let's see, is that... yeah, we'll keep that one. For the enchanted items, you can take a Vial of Hashut. Okay, that sounds good. And you've got some leveling up to do. Good, Battle Healing Cap and Ward Save, that's great. And grab that. Awesome. Alright, next target is this one here. Alright, so we lightning strike that. Do we want to put these banners anywhere? Yeah, no one's, I think, weak against, strong against fire, so I think it's fine to have the banner. Okay, and obviously it's a decisive defeat and auto resolve, but I don't think it will be. I think we'll get a heroic victory. In fact, I think there's a good chance we're actually going to end up in better shape at the end of the battle than we are right now. Which definitely would not happen if we had the other army. See, that was the core problem that he was having, is that, as he said, just too many nasty units in their armies, and they wear me down every single fight. He had no regeneration in any of his armies. And now all of these units have some degree of regeneration. Now, the thing is, in order to regenerate, everyone except for the Infernal Castellan actually has to get into melee. And, of course, mostly missile units. But what we could potentially do, I think, is focus on getting rid of the long-range artillery. And then when they get army loss, you just run them down and regenerate that way. Now, in terms of what spells we should use, the Flames of Asgore are actually, it is actually really good against single entities, as long as it's a direct hit. Now, because we've got so much extra ward save, we've basically got 90% missile resistance now. And you can see they can't even get through my barrier. Yeah, so that did about 3,000 damage to it. And that's way more damage than the Curse of Hashut would have done. And it's the same... Oh, that's actually... Yeah, it's only 5 winds of magic for the Flames of Asgore. That's good. They've gone through about half of our barrier. We've also got army abilities we can use. Now, it's best that we concentrate our spells on just one of their units and actually destroy it, because even if we get it down to like 1 health, it still has full firepower capabilities, because wounds doesn't affect their missile strength at all. But you know what does affect their weapon strength? Death. Yeah, that goes from 100% missile strength straight down to 0. Now it's Wissenland and Nuln, so does that mean... Yeah, they've got emergency repairs on them. But they haven't managed to even penetrate our barrier yet. And that's largely thanks to the additional ward save that we got on. That's why I switched out all these equipment. So it could just take 4 casts to destroy an entire Marienburg landship. That's good. Just need 1 more cast. Okay, I'm about to lose the last of my barrier. If we could just hold out here for 5 more seconds. Cast that spell, and then I'll get back. Regenerate the barrier, and then resume. Has to be directly under it. Okay, now we gotta get back. Good. 1 landship has been completely destroyed, so that severely reduces their damage output. So if I can get my barrier back, I can got through it. It's okay. Because yeah, when we lose our health, it reduces our maximum barrier. But they're still taking a defensive position because they got shitloads of artillery and we have none. That's another thing. When you have like 1 piece of artillery, the AI will usually just rush at you. When the enemy's got a defensive position like this, it's so easy to crack when you've got a character like Drazoath the Ashen. Alright, let's take out another Marienburg landship. If we can, so far so good. Good. Yeah, now's the best time for us to be focusing on their landships and stuff while they're just sitting still and shooting at us. Usually, as long as they've got ammo, they're shooting at something, they're not going to try to move out of the way. But as soon as they run out of ammo, it's going to be a lot harder for us to hit them with the Flames of Asgore because they will be moving around constantly. They'll want to use their small arms fire instead of their cannons. So I've got, until this one, I've got 9 shots before it moves out of the way, basically. Okay, can we get one more cast in? I may need to back off a bit early. We're running low on barrier. Hang on, no, here we go. Okay, that should be number 2. Good. 2 Marienburg landships destroyed. Let's see if we can get out of here without losing all the barrier this time. Good. Good. No health lost that time. Good, and they just sit there. We could actually neutralize their great cannons by putting Blood and Fireborn. What about this? Will they dodge it? Yeah, because it's a bombardment spell, they will. Just use this here. And then pop it down. Trying to get rid of their missile units, because their melee infantry are just no real threat to us. Yeah, pop it down here. See how that goes. Okay, let's get back over there. Good, that didn't move out of the way. So trying to get them to drop their artillery so that we can not suffer as much damage from them. Alright, so that one's out of ammo, but they still don't seem to be moving. It's fine by me. We've still also got Gordard's Backstabbers summons as well. But look at that! Look at that balance of power already. It's almost evenly matched, and they've still got way more units than we do. I don't think that's going to destroy it. Yeah, close, but not quite. Seems like it's a lot easier down to dodge all the shots. Good, another one down, so that's 3 Marienburg landships destroyed. They're more of a threat because the secondary shots of the steam tank are not that big of a concern, but the secondary shots of the landships are most definitely a huge concern. Good. Good to focus on the unbreakable units first as well, because if we army lost the enemy, well, they're not going to go away. Whereas, if we focus on them and destroy them and then army lost them, well then we don't even have to destroy these guys here at all. Just saves us time and effort. Although I would like to get them closer to the center of the map so that we can have more time to run them down afterwards. Okay, one more cast and that landship should be destroyed. Oh good, we're actually regenerating some barrier here. Because yeah, their firepower has just been severely reduced. Alright, they've got some steam tanks, but they don't seem to be doing anything, so just... Yeah, that's fine. Shit! Half of that one's health gone with one cast. God damn. Yeah, really freaking good spell, that one. Oh yeah, but these ones get regen, so it actually takes 3 casts to destroy it. There's also this cannon here that keeps hitting us. But yeah, the rest of their army, they're just sitting there. Balance of power is almost evenly matched now. Should we get some barrier back before I go back over there? Good. I think it's just the great cannons that are shooting us now. That's it. So I could probably just sit here and tank it for a bit, because each individual shot doesn't do very much damage. Just because of all the missile resistance we got. And it is running fairly low on ammo. Good, okay, that's all of their unbreakable units. All their steam tanks are gone now. And so the rest of this should be really quite easy. shouldn't be too long before the army losses as well. Right, but like I said, I did want to draw them in this way. Maybe what I need to do is actually reveal some of our other units, and they might come after them. That's it, because we want them to be somewhere around over here. Now the battle's even now. Good. Definitely want to take out those gunners. And there we go. Okay, we need to get them over here quickly so that we can run them down. You can use that potion of healing. Come on, hurry up. Alright, Drazoath is in better shape now than he was at the start of the battle, so that's good. These guys aren't going to get a hell of a lot of regen from that, but it's better than nothing. No, you don't need to come in. Good, you fully healed. Yep. Alright, just get rid of the Slayer Pirates. We might want to focus on there, because they've still got ammo. Good, they got a bit of healing in. Probably would have gotten more healing if I just gave them a potion of healing for this battle. Oh well. Alright, bring them in as well. Because I reckon they'll still regenerate health faster than they'll take damage. Okay, yep, good. They're getting healing. And yeah, Drazoath is now at full health. Since you're close to the Empire, it would be good if you can get Throt's defeat trait. I don't know if you've already got it yet. Doing some silly stepping. And there we go. Not only did we not take any damage whatsoever, but we actually recovered. Hence why the army is stronger now than it was before. And that wasn't exactly difficult to do. Because I guarantee you that the tactics that they use in this battle, they wouldn't have done the same thing if the rest of our army had shown up. Because if they were just hidden in the trees, they would have gone, okay, well, we can't see where the majority of the enemy forces are. Let's go looking for them. Right, so that army will get wiped out. We didn't even have to deal with Theodore Bruckner at all. Right, so we'll take that money. Okay. Separated Carl Franz from the rest of them. Let's go back up this way. Where are you going? Ah, damn it, that one crossed over. Well, if it's crossed over, that means it's pretty unlikely it's going to get to Karat Kadrin this turn. But yeah, we're not going to be able to get at it either. This one here is actually a really good army to go and like recover our health on. But I can't do anything about that. Because yeah, we're already at like full health, pretty much. Grab some of that. Oh, hang on, let's grab Hushet's scales. Bit better. Alright, well, this will be an easy fight, so let's just get in over here. We don't even need to lightning strike this because they don't have any reinforcements, so we've separated them. So let's get in here and do it. But yeah, this should be super easy. They've got no steam tanks in this army. All we gotta do is send Drazoath in and just bomb the shit out of them. Yeah, what are they gonna do? What is actually a threat to him? The gunners, these two here are a little bit. Those two are a little. Yeah, they don't have enough firepower. Those are the 4 units that we should. Actually, this one here as well a little bit. Those are the ones that we should focus on first. Once we get rid of them, they can't do anything. Okay, cool. Right, because they don't have artillery, they're actually going to advance this time as well. Oh no, they gave away the position because you fired at will. Can't do that. Okay, we're starting to run low on barrier. But I've got to get in fairly close if I want to use that one. It's okay if we take a bit of damage, we'll be able to regenerate it. As long as we can get into melee, which shouldn't be a problem. High priority, I think, to take out just any kind of missile unit. Even if it's just something basic as bitch like the archers right there. Alright, it looks like they're looking for us, so keep... Yeah, they are looking for us. Alright, let's get back. Just escort this one here off the battlefield if possible. Good. Those are going. And let's get rid of these pistolists now. Good, he got a fair bit of his barrier back as well. I reckon that's going to hit dirt. Yep. Oh, they do have a steam tank. The Lord's on a steam tank. Not bad. Notice that now. Alright, so that guy would actually be a pretty high priority to actually kill. Let's see if we can manage that. Okay, they've gotten through our barrier at the moment. Oh shit, I wasn't paying enough attention and that happened. And this was the battle I was supposed to regenerate on. Whoops. Stop attacking Gordas. He might rally. Probably not. But yeah, these are the Royal Altdorf Griffites. I need to get rid of that. He might rally, because he's getting some regeneration due to the lucky get. He took damage very quickly. He's getting off the battlefield really quick as well. This guy's taking a lot of damage because he's anti-luck. Good. Gorda. Okay, so we're definitely not going to end the battle in better shape than when we started because of how much damage he's taken. So that wasn't ideal. Maybe underestimated them a little bit here. Yeah, because they're taking an aggressive stance as opposed to a defensive stance. I mean, we can still handle it. It's just that they got us a little bit there. Yeah, if they want to crowd around him, this is really good against the cavalry as long as they are trying to crowd around us. Alright, with these two here, just wait until the army losses and run down whatever you can, or heal them as much as they can. And this would be good. Yeah, pop that down there. Hopefully it doesn't hit a tree on the way down. But they're not doing very much damage to him. Bounce power's looking good. Army also shouldn't be too far off. That being said, this guy here is on a steam tank, so we've gotten a few direct hits on him. I just don't think we've done any damage. Might have to just beat him in melee. Oh, this one here. Need to get it back into the forest. All good. Drazov's doing well there. Okay, cool. There's the army losses. Let's get in over here and run down as much as we can. Cool. Easy battle apart from just that slip up from not paying attention. That's all. Probably not going to be able to get all of our regen, but every hit point counts. Alright, and this guy in the steam tank should be gone any moment. If anything, if we can get them to turn around so they can stay on the battlefield longer, that would be even better, but that seems unlikely. It usually doesn't happen that way. Alright, so Drazhoath is at full strength, that's good. And we're getting a bit of health in there for these guys. I'll just pause the recording as I run them down. Okay, got as much health as I could out of them. Wasn't full. Like I said, made a mistake and they took some damage. But the main thing here is that Drazoath the Ashen is in good shape because he's the one that matters the most. So the next fight is up against Karl Franz, and it looks like we'll have to lightning strike him because otherwise Kislev will show up and help as well. And I don't want that, that'll make it more difficult. We'll still fight them, just afterwards. Alright, so that's, of the 5 armies, we've taken out 3. Oh, that's the item that I was looking for. For you, Forest Cloak. Yeah, that gives him snipe. That's what I wanted. So that was lucky. So that way he can now shoot and not get detected. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so looking at Karl Franz here. A lot of cavalry in his army. And we've actually been having a pretty easy time with all of these landships so far, because Asgore, Flames of Asgore takes them out so well. Karl Franz has got 90 speed. Our speed is 114. Plus, if we're going to lightning strike, we're going to be a bit tired. Should still be able to outrun him. It might also be a good idea to focus on actually using the direct damage spell on him. We don't really want to fight him in melee. He's very bloody strong. Still got enough movement to get to there, but then nothing else. Alright, let's go to here. And then, yeah, let's lightning strike this. Okay. Now, there is a Luminarch of Hysh. I'm not really worried about it because it's flaming attacks. Drazoath already has... Like, if he got hit with a magical missile attack, he's at 86% resistance. He's got 40% missile resistance, 46% ward save. So it would just be bypassing the 10% physical resistance. But, flaming attacks on top of that, his, what, 60% flame resistance? I don't know what it is. Let me have a look. Yeah, 60%. Like, it's just not going to do anything. Let's keep them out of it. He can't stalk, but these can. Best don't put them in a forest, actually. Alright, well, they'll take a defensive stance to begin with, because of this map here. It's kind of like a sort of choke point battle. We should still prioritize trying to take out... Actually, let's overcast this and see how that works. On the landship there, especially considering how blobbed up they are. We might not get another great opportunity like this. So that increases the numbers of missiles that go flying out all over the place. And with one cast took out half of its health. And they don't have regen for their landships. Biggest downside though is very long cooldown. But already I think we've made a pretty big dent into their balance of power. That's so good. So yeah, with Karl Franz, here's the thing. If we... This is kind of the example of what I was talking about before with what army we had to begin with. Karl Franz is basically... I can't properly deal with him in this battle. But what I could do... Actually, I can't do that because he's unbreakable. But if I destroyed his entire army and he wasn't unbreakable, we could deal with him that way. So he's got his bases covered for this army here. He doesn't have to have a good army. But Drazoath isn't unbreakable, so we don't get that same option. Oh man, that is freaking delicious right there. Definitely didn't explain that very well. Alright, I don't think I destroyed even a single Marienburg landship, but it's fine. So these spellcasts here are not doing very much damage to him. So our speed's 124 and his is 90. Okay, keep moving on. Well, it said it was 114 on the campaign map, so there must be something else that's providing him movement speed. Evasion wouldn't account for that extra 10. It's actually accounting for 32 extra speed, I think. Oh, shit. Well, I'm gonna get hurt here. Yeah, I got hit with Net of Amantok from the, thing. It's alright. We can still heal this. No, doesn't last that much longer. Come on, come on. 1 more second. Go, go, go. Get out of there. Did you use Galmaraz? Yeah, I think you did. How many of those casts do they get? The Temple of Luminarx gets 2 more of them. Okay, I don't want to let them do that again. Alright, but we're okay. That definitely wasn't ideal, though. Looks like they're going out there searching for us now. It will take them a while to find us. So he doesn't have any access to regeneration. Yeah, he's got more than 50% spell resistance, and this isn't exactly a great spell to begin with, but it's kind of our only means of dishing out damage to him easily. At the end of the day, we do have a lot of Winds of Magic reserves. I try my best to predict where it's going to be when this goes off, so we can destroy it. Good. This guy's hidden, so they're just going straight in there. Just maybe by process of elimination, they think we're here. And they would be correct. But they don't always search the entire forest. Just get as far away from it as possibly can. We can't land and go into melee with anything until Karl Franz has been dealt with. Because if he goes into melee with us, he fucks us up pretty bloody quickly. If we have a look, he probably did about 1,000 damage to us. Yep. Ooh, they haven't discovered us yet, but we're very bloody close. Might be worth it even to withdraw this guy from the battlefield. Alright, what's the range on that Avatar? I gotta stay out of 100 meter range, which is not too bad. Because I can actually still cast this on them. Good. Good, decent damage on that one. Yep, that's all fine there. They're not even searching over there, so that's great for me. Just cancel that cast, because they moved out of the way. So we've currently knocked off 800 health from Karl Franz. And I think this might be like the 3rd or 4th cast. I wonder if it might be a good idea, since we have to deal with him at some point anyway. Whether we do it at the beginning of the battle or the end of it doesn't make much difference. But if we bring him over here while everyone else is still searching for us, maybe we could use the Infernal Castellan to shoot at him a little bit, and Gordaz to back us up. Maybe we could take him out that way. So that, yeah, it's doing about 250 damage per cast, which for 6 Winds of Magic is not great. They're going to discover us? Yeah, they did. Okay. Right, you're going to need to get moving then. Oh, hang on. They might stop. We'll see. Yep, no, they didn't care about him at all. They did discover him, but they just didn't care. Alright, you need to turn around and get ready to start shooting. And Gordaz, if we could annoy Karl Franz by popping in some Hobgoblin summons, that could be good as well. Alright, here we go. Let's pop this down and hope it actually gets his attention. If we pop Drazoath on the ground... Yeah, of course he's going to go... Oh god, that's a lot of damage. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Best time to fight him is when he's fighting some infantry units as well. Come on, Carl, what's his name? Drazoath, get in there. Good, with Gordaz providing some support as well. That's good. Gordos needs to get the fuck out of here. Okay, can't stay here. Let's get going. You need to stop shooting. Look, we did some damage to him. That's good enough for now. Because yeah, it definitely didn't have enough damage output with Curse of Hashut to finish the job. Just would have run out of magic. He's just too resilient. Boy, I'm glad I got that item when I did. That was really handy. Because yeah, he did a little bit of damage and didn't get detected. Nice. I think they hit their own unit. Still got the Blood and Fireborn. Alright, let's pop it down over here and try to destroy the Luminarch. Although it'll probably decide to just avoid us. Alright, get back up in the air. We'll move a lot quicker. Okay, so far so good there. Because yeah, if we destroy that, then no more Net of Ammontox for them. Actually, since it's standing still, this would be a good opportunity to pop this down on it. Because it won't be able to dodge. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to go for this one instead. Just because it looks like we've got it. And that one's standing still as well. I'm going to keep focusing on that one. And don't Net of Ammontox us. Maybe a bit too close there. Good. Alright, if Gordos could finish the job here, that'd be fantastic. Carl France, I think, yeah, he's got perfect vigor, so he's not going to get tired throughout the course of the battle. Move quicker. Might be able to use that to regenerate a little bit. Just watch out for the Knights of the Black Rose, though. Yeah, you get a little bit of health back, and that should be the end of that Luminarch. Yep. Also, another thing to note is that Karl Franz's army is not on force march, which means that the remnants of his army, we'll probably have to fight again, and we could maybe use that army to regenerate a little bit, if we want. Ah, damn it, they're doing some damage to us there. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out. Got incoming there. Yeah, well, Gordos should be a lot stronger than this guy here. Oh, sorry, a lot faster, but not by that much, actually. I gotta stop that Knights of the Black Rose. Yeah, they're running away from us too quickly. I can't really do anything about it. I don't want the summon to be wasted. Having done nothing. Oh, damn it, Gordos. There we go. And Drazhoath should actually be able to heal from fighting this. And Karl Franz is... he's over here, so he's a bit busy. That's good. So I really want Gordos to get some healing in. Okay, but I also need this one gone. Okay, you need to move over there so you don't get detected. Don't worry too much about shooting with this one right at the moment. Alright, good. Deleted. And I think that helped him recover some health. Just a bit. Get in over there. And then next stop. Okay, we're not recovering barrier because they've still got long range attackers. Let's try to get rid of that land ship. Goner. Nice. Can we get some barrier back? Good. And we're running fairly low on Winds of Magic. We don't have heaps left. definitely don't have enough to take out Karl Franz. Okay, this might be a decent opportunity to pop this down here. Thing is, they usually try to dodge it, but they're kind of in a bit of a twirly blob, so they might not. No, they're trying to dodge it. That's why you got to pin them down. Still got something of a hit. Yeah, I could probably knock off about maybe 1,000 or 2,000 extra health with Curse of Hashut. That's about it. And there's still the steam tank there, so I could definitely do more damage with the Flames of Asgore to their army. But again, army losing this army here is just not that big of a deal, because Karl Franz is the problem. That being said, we should actually be fairly close to army losing them. So I'm going to go for it. And that would just mean less that we have to fight in melee with them. But yeah, I don't think there's any escaping us having to fight this one in melee. Alright, I'll see if I can get him a bit closer so we can shoot Karl Franz. As opposed to using this spell. Cool, there's a bit of damage, it's better than nothing. Didn't reveal his position either, so that's even better. Alright, I can get 2 more casts of Flames of Asgore. Then we're out of magic. Well, if we're going to do that, I need them to blow up a bit more. Unfortunately, he's not able to use restock on himself, so a bit of a useless ability with our current army build. This is what I was looking for, bit of a blob, and that should just wreck a whole bunch of them. Good there. So I've got these flaming breaths as well, but that's not particularly potent, and I'd have to sit still or fly still in order to Here we go, here we go, here we go. Actually, let's overcast it because we'll have leftover winds of magic that we won't be able to use anyway. Oh, just in time to army lost them. Cool. Now we only need to deal with Karl Franz and any unbreakable units. Alright. Let's firstly try to shoot him a bit. It does about 10 damage per shot. Sorry, 100 damage per shot. That's not very much. Oh, and there's also still a steam tank to get rid of. Okay, so let's get God. Oh yeah, Gordas, go run shit down. Same thing with you, go run stuff down. I'll just keep Karl Franz in the air, distracted in the meantime. Come on, move it, boy. Don't get discovered. So Gordal's getting a bit of healing in there. This guy here as well. Just a bit. It's better than nothing. But yeah, I probably should have just given them potions of healing, in hindsight. Alright, well, both of them over here. And we should be able to handle this no problem now. God damn, we got one big hit on us. Actually, why don't you go after the steam tank? That's not exactly a tough... Hang on, Gordas is actually really struggling against it in melee. Yeah, that's kind of pathetic, Gordas. God, he can't even beat that in melee. God damn it. Well, well, he got his lucky get again, but he's ending this battle in worse shape than what he started again. Oh, don't land on me. Okay, time to land and bring Carl Franz in. Because obviously we're not going to be able to shoot him. It's just, that doesn't matter either. We have to beat him in melee. Gordoz does not participate here, just provide the debuffs. And this is where I was saving the Vial of Hashut for as well. Okay, they got him. Good. So yeah, Gordoz is not in great shape, but I think if we get into the next battle, he should just activate Lucky Git straight away. What I need is an item that actually has regen. Maybe I should just give him a potion of healing, because I mean, I don't have to unequip the item that he's got anyway. Or then I wouldn't have the Vial of Hushwood. Oh, that's fine. It wasn't that big of a deal anyway. Especially now that Carl Franz is gone. Okay, so we'll take the money. And yeah, there's still a remnant force, which got around to the other side. Alright, if we want to wipe that out, we actually need to not lightning strike at Waldenhof, which I wasn't going to do anyway, but... Oh, hang on. Huh. I wonder... No, it's probably best I don't do that. I was just thinking, if I attack this, it could send me on the other side so I can attack this one, but then I wouldn't be able to get back to Kislev here. This guy should not be able to get up this way. So while it isn't great that he's getting away, you know, 4 out of 5, not too bad. 5 out of 6 even. Okay, you got no. There's nothing else important to level him up with. Okay, so with Gordoz, let's take off the Vial of Hashut. He really does need that potion of healing. And I'll do it with the Torok as well, because he's got the radiating spike, which is fucking useless here, because he's going to be... it's well, actually not going to be useless, because... No, it's fine, it's fine. Alright, let's do this. Yep, it says decisive defeat, that's fine. Just going to quick save it, just in case it crashes, sometimes that happens. And... we're not going to lightning strike here, that way we can ensure this one here gets wiped out. What are the big threats to us in this army? The Little Grom is a bit of a little threat. Well, I can just bomb that with... Drowsbath the Ashen, and the light war sleds are a little bit of a threat. The ice... no, it's just small arms fire. Should be fine. Or we'll just fly over them, just bomb them with the... what's it called? Flames of Asgore, and we should be fine. Also, it doesn't look like you've really increased your max capacity for Winds of Magic a hell of a lot by, you know, turn 100. 100-ish. It's like, what, 93 or something? Alright, so once again... That's not what I want to do. I want you to stay there. And you guys go stand over here. And change plans, you go over there. Alright, Drowsbath should be able to handle this pretty much on his own. Take out the Little Grom first. That's probably going to do the most damage to us otherwise. Oh, they didn't do very much damage to it. Could have just been unlucky. It also might not have as much surface area as like a steam tank or a Marienburg landship. Try again and we'll just see how that goes. Oh yeah, okay, so we just got unlucky with it the first time. That second time was so much better. All of our guys are hidden, so... they're maybe searching for us. Maybe. Okay, might not be too bad to land and try to kill this Dragina Lord. They probably won't dodge this if they're shooting at us. Good. Okay, oh, taking a bit too much damage there. Let's get out of that. Damage is being done way too quickly. But we've inflicted a good amount of damage on them so far. Yeah, they discovered him. Alright, I probably won't be able to catch him, but I'll just do what I can. Almost killed their lord. Not that that's a big deal or anything. Good, a lot of Ice Guard took some damage there. I gotta get rid of this little Grom. It's probably gonna do a fair bit of damage for every hit that it gets on us. And also I need to get back and get some barrier restored. Okay. First though, little Grom, go to hell. Let's go. Okay, give me some barrier. Took a little bit of damage, resets the dam, recharge. Oh crap, what are you doing here? I must have accidentally selected you. Oh fuck, I gotta go in there and save him. I did not mean to, oh that's right, I told him to go after the horse archers and they lured him all the way over here. Fuck, I should have paid attention. I can get him out, it'll be fine, but that's not ideal. Yeah, get him out, get him out. We'll be okay. I think it's that potion of healing. Let's go, 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 go. Yeah, definitely not ideal. Here, take that potion of healing before I forget about that one. Yeah, that's a lot of firepower on us. Even with all that missile resistance, Kislev proving to be a bit of a challenge here. Okay, he's in better shape now than what we started off as, I think. Drazowath isn't, though. Need him to go into melee while not getting shot to shit. Because even with 90% resistance, when you're a big target, enough missile units can do just an absolute ton of damage, which is what's happening here. Is this one doing any serious damage to him? Not really, because they're kind of touching us. We are recovering while moving back. Just hope I hit something with that. Alright, get back into the forest and hopefully they forget about you. Doesn't look like they're going too well. This is all going on. Alright, I'm going to pop this down here. Watch out for those Demigryph Knights with halberds. Get him to go through here and out the other side. Hopefully they... Oh, he hasn't been hidden yet. Alright, I could use Ash Storm. That will slow them down just by a little bit. But they're kind of caught up to him anyway. Look at this big blob of him over here. I might just be best off withdrawing this guy from the battlefield. Because he's now a weakness for our army. Because the enemy's just going straight for him and I'm not getting enough chance to hide in order to, not hide, but pull back in order to get the barrier back. So yeah, he's causing me problems. Let's just get him out of here. Ah, damn it. Demigryph Knight's got him pinned down. Alright, just go. So we'll lose a lot of bounce power with him leaving, but we'll be okay. Yeah, that's fine. Still, what a great blob that's formed up over here for us. I'm going to overcast it, it's so good. That was great. Killed so many of them with that one. So it actually turned out that Reichland was a pretty big threat, because it was the Demigryph Knights that caused us to have to withdraw our Torok. So maybe I should have lightning struck them. But that being said, then we wouldn't have the ability to catch them. And then meet up with the other army and come back and deal with us at some other time. Best kill them now. Good, the infantry's been pretty much neutralized. Could really use some more barrier. Yeah, we absolutely cannot land while all this firepower's coming in on us. Good, get the barrier back, and good luck killing him now. Especially when we're just taking out so much of their firepower with that. Good, Kislev just got the army losses, but we've barely done any damage to Reichland forces. But I'm not too concerned about them in melee. Even the Demogriffin here should be fine, because yeah, as soon as we cast this down on them, they just get fucked up. Do want to try to heal as much as we can with Drazoath, and also with Gordels. Get over here. That's going to be a complete miss. So we're kind of recovering with Drazoath, bit by bit. Not sure if I'll get over there in time. We'll do what we can. Alright, just a handful of units left. That might cause the army losses. Nope, not quite. Oh, there we go, there we go. Cool, well, Drazoath is not going to be at full health. There's no way we're going to get him to heal any further. But that's the situation solved as far as I'm concerned. And that's why having fewer units in the army is actually stronger than having more units in the army. Because yeah, if we had that front line, he's right. They would have just ground us down in every battle because there would have been so many weaknesses that they could have hit. And while we would have won the first few fights, eventually you end up with just like a completely damaged army. And you just don't end up having any of those infantry left by the end of it anyway. Like you said, retreat's not an option. Okay, what do you want here? Well, how about we sack it? Make it a factory, that way it's more defensible. Good, and that army got wiped out. And of course, yeah, replacing that army will take you a little while. If you want to replace it exactly the way it was before. But honestly, you could just keep going with this. It's super bloody strong. If you can get Drazoath some... no, Elpit's been defeated. Some more defeat traits, especially for like missile resistance. No, his missile resistance is fine. But also, since you've got Gordar's Backstabber in here, really try to make use of his specialities with the Hobgoblins. It's up to you how you want to go about it. Do we have a barracks here? No. But you should be able to globally recruit Hobgoblins in one turn. Yeah, no problem. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. The thing to take away from this is really having a big army doesn't always mean strong army, especially when you're dealing with overwhelming numbers of armies coming at you. Sometimes it's better to actually have a smaller army that the enemy just can't handle whatsoever. That being said, they definitely could handle us, and some of those battles were a bit dicey, but you know, we got through it. But yeah, his army is basically gone. All the stuff that's replaceable anyway. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.